Inventing something that changes human history can be a very different feeling for any human being. Still, not all inventions have benefited the world because some inventions have made the world irreplaceable. They have also caused damage, and their inventors often expressed regret about it in their lives. To know the details of these inventions, you must watch this valuable but informative video from the beginning to the end and share it with your friends. So let's start the topic. Let's first mention Robert Oppenheimer, who invented the atomic bomb. During the Second World War, scientist Robert Oppenheimer had the biggest hand in the creation and use of the nuclear bomb. American naturalist Robert Oppenheimer was the director of this project, and with his excellent services, he made his team successful and succeeded in developing the first atomic bomb in history. It was tested in a desert in New Mexico on July 16, 1945, before the atomic bomb was dropped on the Japanese cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and this operation was named Trinity. According to an estimate, 150 to 250,000 people died in the atomic bomb attack on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Robert Oppen, the owner of a complex personality, devoted himself to nuclear agriculture, electronic protons and neutrons, and radiation energy. But due to the ongoing war conflicts in the world these days, his business life took a turn. Adopted, which later became a disaster for the world. The famous scientist Albert Einstein wrote a letter to American President Franklin in which he warned the American president that German scientists were preparing to build an atomic bomb and that if they succeeded, the United States would suffer huge losses. Oppenheimer led the entire process of making nuclear weapons and immediately separated uranium-235 from natural uranium and determined the amount of it for the atomic bomb. He was also directed to establish and manage a laboratory to carry out this work. In 1943, they selected the site for the laboratory at Los Alamos, New Mexico. It was decided where these bombs would be dropped, but on several occasions after that, Oppenheimer expressed his deep sorrow at the death of thousands of people in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Even after 2 months of the bombing, he resigned from his post. From 1947 to 1952, he was a consultant to the Atomic Energy Commission in the United States, where he advocated for non-proliferation and an arms race between the United States and the Soviet Union and strongly opposed the development of the hydrogen bomb. But his efforts failed. His security was withdrawn for his controversial statements and eventually he was stripped of his political influence. In the late 1950s and early 1960s, Oppenheimer's personality became more and more withdrawn as he had many regrets, could not succeed in their ambitions of prevention. Whenever the destruction of the atomic bomb is talked about, the name of Link Oppenheimer is definitely taken, and he is also remembered as the inventor of the same atomic bomb, the person responsible for the painful death of humanity. This was the reason why Robert Oppenheimer regretted it a lot in his life and left this world on February 18, 1967, with this regret. Now let's talk about Mikhail Kalashnikov, the inventor of Kalashnikov. Mikhail Kalashnikov's own rifle, Kalashnikov, is the most famous rifle on the planet. This rifle is used by the armies of dozens of countries. Mikhail Kalashnikov was drafted into the Red Army in 1938. He was an expert in weapon design and was therefore tasked with improving the Russian tank regiment. In 1947, Mikhail Kalashnikov developed the AK-47 machine gun. Used by many armies around the world, including the Soviet Union and Russia, the Kalashnikov has also become a symbol of revolution around the world and is used from Angola to Vienna and from Algeria to Afghanistan. You will be more surprised to know that while this rifle was used frequently by the Palestinians, on the other hand, Osama bin Laden, the head of Al Qaeda, will also be seen with this rifle. Although it is the most widely used rifle in the world and the number of deaths caused by the AK-47 is far higher than that of the atomic bomb, it is also much easier to use and maintain on the battlefield. Mikhail expressed regret about his invention on very few occasions in his life, but shortly before his death, he admitted that he was in agonizing spiritual turmoil. Mikhail Kalashnikov died in 2013 at the age of 94. This was our today's video. What do you guys think about this? Please share it with us in the comments section. I will meet you in the next video. Until then, take care.